Hi there, I'm Jason Moss, and I've been in the real estate game for a long time. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned that helped me generate in 2017 $1 million in profit in 1 year with $7,000 out of my own pocket, and I've done it every year since. This is what I wanted to share, and I'm kind of excited about this because I started sitting down and thinking of all the things that I could share, and I've got 62 weeks worth of topics that I can share twice a week, and so that's what I'm planning on doing. I want to do it in a systematic way that somebody could watch from the beginning and watch to the end and really feel comfortable with buying a house, flipping it, or some of the other topics that we're going to talk about. So I want you to feel totally competent, and this is also for experienced investors as well. I've got a lot of tips and tricks that are really, I think, unique to my perspective because I have I have a little bit of a broad range of experience. So, if anything on this list I'm about to read sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe because I will be able to share that with you in the future and you won't miss anything. The first thing I wanted to talk about was how I made $1 million and retired by the age of 26. And all of this stuff that I'm going to teach is really geared towards helping you do the same. This isn't something where I got lucky. I mean, there definitely was some lucky bonuses in there, lucky patches or breaks, I guess you could say. But in reality, I've done this year over year for the last 4 years, and I want to show you guys how to do it too. Number two, how I lost it all and I got it all back. This was probably one of the most painful periods of my life, highest stress, just really some gut-wrenching times. And I want to talk to you about how that happened and how I got over it and how I came back and got it all back. Number three, how I created $1 million in 1 year, and every year since created $1 million in wealth. All this was done without personal credit, without any of my own money, and all of the investments were done in my part-time. Number four, I've had to start over a couple times, and how this isn't a one-time thing, and it is repeatable, and you can do it too. Number five, why I don't care about net worth, and why you might not want to either. Number 6. I am a real estate appraiser with over 13,000 valuations under my belt. I am a real estate broker with hundreds of personal transactions under my belt. I'm an investor with hundreds of real estate flips or transactions that I was a principal in. I'm also a builder. I'm a developer. And I use this lightly because I'm budding. I guess I do this from time to time as the deals present themselves. I'm also a manufactured home dealer. So with that broad spectrum of experience and licenses, I feel like I have a unique angle to bring to the table. I feel like I kind of see a little bit more of the picture than maybe a lot of investors do, where maybe they're just focused on flipping or just focused on wholesaling. And I kind of bring a little bit different perspective to the table. Number 7. So I have to tell you a little bit about why I think I'm worth listening to, because you don't know me from anybody. But I have done almost every kind of real estate transaction out there. And if not, I'm interested to do it because I love real estate and I'm very passionate about it. But some of the things that I've done is, of course, buying and selling houses, notes, flipping houses, wholesaling, subject to, lease options, rentals, being a hard money lender, a private money lender, syndications, development and airplane hangars, townhomes, single families, land, creating paper lots, hotels, multifamily, mobile home parks, joint ventures, real estate trades, seller carrybacks. I've been through the ups and downs in multiple states, all in my part-time, and I want to talk about all this stuff. But mostly this channel is about what works and what doesn't work. And I'm not that special. And I want that message to come through because I don't have a college degree. I wasn't a particularly gifted student at all. And that's the message that I want to come through, is that really whoever can do this. This is not rocket science. There are a lot of things to know, and there are a lot of pitfalls, but I'm going to show you ways to take care of that. So this can be a learning experience and a confident way for you to proceed in your real estate endeavors. So subscribe, don't miss any of it. I got a lot of fun stories and a lot of cool things to say. Please like the video if you like it. If you don't, dislike it. Hopefully, my genuine sincerity comes across, and I really want to get, just help people. I want to create a community where I can help. And I feel like I've got some stuff to bring to the table. And on this particular video, I want to talk about one of those things that I just mentioned on the list, and that's net worth. Why I don't care about net worth. So back in 2005, before the collapse, and I do say 2005 and not 2008 on purpose, the collapse actually started in 2005. I see a lot of people saying the collapse of 2008. I think that's probably referring to some of the stock markets, but in real estate specifically, 2005 is where we started to see the writing on the walls, and we could see this, and it was actually more than just writing on the walls. It was there in these battleground frontier areas of real estate, I guess you should say. I can explain a little more about that in the future. But anyway, for the purposes of why I don't care about net worth, at that point, I had amassed $1 million in net worth. Most of it was in the way of equity. And, that doesn't change my life at all. I still lived normally. I felt like once I got to $1 million, my life would change. I would be something different. But in reality, it turns out, having $1 million, $10 million in net worth doesn't really change your daily life. Unless you have access to that money fast, i.e. maybe money in the bank or some kind of stocks you can liquidate quickly, the bank's not going to lend on it. So if you have a property that you want to buy, you find a good deal, you need to act quick. And if you have that money tied up in equity, that really is not going to help. Cash flow is something that banks can lend on. And so unless you want to have your properties leveraged fully and suck all the money out all the time, there's only a certain amount that the bank will let you take out of a property. But in the end, I think I'm kind of a mix between David Ramsey and Robert Kiyosaki in my philosophy on debt. It comes down to certain things I think are good debt and other things I don't believe are, and I'll talk about that a lot more too. Banks don't care how much net worth you have. They look at cash flow, and that's really what I want to drive home here. Is I spent years building up, just focusing on the net worth, and that's all I cared about. And in the end, it was gone in a matter of 6 months, and I was left with nothing. And there was not a lot of options at that point. So that net worth, and even today, the net worth that I've created again doesn't really excite me. What really excites me is the cash flow, and that's what I get super passionate about. Oh man, I am a little bit upset that I haven't done this sooner. I was nervous. I'm not a shy person. If you go to a party and I'm at the party, I'll be the guy in the back. I'm an introvert, but I'm not shy. I've talked in front of several hundreds of people. I do classes all the time, but the idea of having a video of me that I created, that I knew was going out there, is different. I wanted it to be perfect, and I can't. I've just got to move forward, and I'll talk about this plenty of times in my videos, that you just have to do it. And I had to look at myself and take my own advice and say, I just need to do this. It's not going to be perfect. Hopefully you'll give me some creational latitude here. My film editing is not perfect. My filming, my lighting, all this stuff. I'm just trying to make this work. I got to get this out there. I got to get started. Otherwise, I'm never going to get better. So this is me, my first video, making this work. So I really wanted to do this because I do feel like I have a unique perspective with my background, and I want to share. But, when I try to share this with my friends, sometimes it's like force feeding a baby. If they don't want it, it ain't happening. So I want to create a community of people that want to learn and that are really excited about this, and I want to be able to share and do that in a meaningful way. I want to do a couple videos a week with a live video sprinkled in. As soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, I plan on doing some live videos. They don't allow that at this point. But I guess the takeaway for today, the word of the day, so to speak, is cash flow. Passive cash flow is what we're going to be talking about a lot. And we'll talk about net worth and how to get there and how to keep it and how to save it. But At the same time, cash flow is the word of the day. Passive income is the word of the day. 2 words of the day. So that's it. Like and subscribe, and in turn, I will deliver 2 videos a week of good quality content that you can sink your teeth into and learn the exciting world of real estate alongside me. Because I don't know everything, and I'm learning something every day. Honestly, there's always new lessons to learn. There's always new surprises around every corner, and I'll hopefully share those with you as well.